Hello and welcome to the Molly and Chloe show. Today we look back at one of my favorite clips, when we had the wonderful Malcolm X on the show. Malcolm X didn't have the best start in life. When he was little, his dad was murdered by the KKK, and he was taken into care. So to tell us more about his life, please put your hands together for Malcolm X. Hello Malcolm.
Hello.
So why don't you just tell us a bit more about your childhood?
Well, my father was a Baptist minister, and when I was just 6 he was murdered by the KKK. Because of that my mom couldn't cope, so I got taken into care.
Oh Malcolm, I'm so sorry to hear that. It must have been really awful.
Here it was.
When you got older though, I hear you were a brilliant student in school.
Well, when I was in school, I always wanted to be a lawyer, and I was clever enough. But when I was 16, I was told I could not be a lawyer because of the color of my skin. I left school at 16 and drifted into crime.
Oh, what happened then?
In 1946 I was sent to prison for burglary. Whilst I was in prison I became interested in the teachings of Elijah Muhammad, who was the leader of the Nation of Islam.
So could you tell us a bit more about the Nation of Islam?
Well, the Nation of Islam is a religious organization, with the goal of resurrecting the spiritual, mental, social and economic of the black men and women of America, as they believe that black people were the original humans on earth. The main belief of the Nation of Islam is that there is no other God but Allah.
Oh wow, how interesting. So what do you believe in then?
Well, when I was a member of the Nation of Islam before I went on Hajj, I didn't go along with any kind of non-violence, unless everyone else was going to be non-violent. I wanted white people to treat us with just a bit more respect.
So you mentioned Hajj. What happened when you went to Hajj?
Well, every Muslim should go to Hajj at least once in their life. When I was on Hajj I discovered the true message of Islam, peace and equality. It isn't violence, and after that I left the Nation of Islam, and I began preaching anti-hate messages.
Well, thanks Malcolm, for coming on the show. I hope to see you soon. Since Malcolm X appeared on the show, he was very sadly killed by members of the Nation of Islam. Our thoughts go out to his family and friends. Coming up on next week's show, I'll be interviewing Martin Luther King. Thanks for watching. See you next week.